The man who once knocked out Alex Pereira is now backing him to reclaim UFC gold. Adesanya says Poatan can get it done against Ankalaev. But is he right? Israel Adesanya, one of the few fighters to defeat Alex Pereira in the UFC, has expressed strong support for Pereira's ability to reclaim the light heavyweight title in a rematch against Magomed Ankalaev. Speaking on his freestyle bender platform, Adesanya praised Pereira's remarkable success across two weight classes, highlighting how far Pereira has come since joining the UFC, something Adesanya feels partially responsible for, having created a monster by fueling Pereira's entry into the promotion. Despite Pereira's loss at UFC 313 via unanimous decision, Adesanya emphasized that the fight was competitive and not a one-sided affair. He believes that with continued evolution and improvement, which Pereira has demonstrated throughout his UFC run, there's a real possibility for him to beat Ankalaev in a second bout. Adesanya's endorsement carries weight, not only because of his own championship pedigree, but also due to his first-hand experience with Pereira's power, skill, and resilience. If you're enjoying this breakdown and want more insight straight from MMA legends and fighters, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to MMA Thread. We drop heat every week. While Alex Pereira ultimately lost to Magomed Ankalaev via unanimous decision at UFC 313, one of the most noteworthy aspects of his performance was his exceptional takedown defense. Ankalaev, a dominant grappler known for his wrestling-heavy style, attempted 12 takedowns throughout the 5-round title fight. Pereira successfully defended every single one. This stat alone highlights a major evolution in Pereira's MMA game. Known primarily for his world-class kickboxing, Pereira came into the UFC with questions surrounding his ground game and ability to handle high-level wrestlers. However, his showing against Ankalaev silenced many of those doubts and showcased his commitment to becoming a complete mixed martial artist. Although he was outstruck in the striking exchanges, an area where many expected him to hold the advantage, Pereira remained dangerous throughout the fight. He landed significant shots and stayed composed under pressure, never allowing Ankalaev to impose a ground-heavy game plan. This improved defensive ability could play a major role in the rematch. If Pereira can make further adjustments and add more offensive variety to his striking or counter-wrestling, he may be able to close the gap that Ankalaev created in their first encounter. His ability to stay on his feet and avoid being controlled on the ground gives him a solid foundation to build on, especially with the power he possesses that can end a fight at any moment. Following his grueling title loss to Magomed Ankalaev, UFC Hall of Famer Don Frye has offered a word of caution to Alex Pereira. Don't rush back into the octagon too soon. Pereira, who was initially targeted for a quick turnaround in an immediate rematch at UFC 317 on June 28, reportedly declined the offer, potentially signaling a need for rest after an incredibly active championship run. Frye, a veteran of the sport known for his tough, no-nonsense mentality, reflected on his own career mistakes, admitting that fighting through injuries and relying on painkillers ultimately led to a premature decline in his performance. He warned that the fight game can be unforgiving, and that promoters often prioritize business over the long-term health of the fighters. Pereira's intense schedule, defending the light heavyweight belt 3 times within a year, is nearly unheard of in today's UFC landscape, especially at the higher weight classes where recovery and preparation time are crucial. Frye's advice is rooted in hard-earned experience. Take the time to heal, both physically and mentally, before stepping back into another 5-round war. Given Pereira's age and the wear and tear that comes with multiple fights in such a short span, this pause could be exactly what he needs to recalibrate, sharpen his tools, and come back stronger for the inevitable rematch. The stakes are high, and Frye's message is clear. Championships are won not just with toughness, but with smart timing and long-term thinking. What do you think? Can Pereira make the adjustments and take back the belt from Ankalaev? Drop your prediction in the comments, and make sure you're subbed to MMA Thread for full fight analysis, reactions, and breaking news.